Hi, this is Nick Farrow with English Discovery, another mini vid on getting your reports in shape. Let's continue to get the grammar in your reports better. Okay, first some vocabulary words for this lesson, and please pause the video when you need to check anything. Here are the vocabulary items you will need for this lesson. Capital letters, conjunctions, and quantifiers. A little bit difficult, some of these points. Okay, here we go with rule number 1. Oh, you know this one. Okay, moving on to the first point of this lesson. Okay, what are the mistakes in these sentences? Let's look at the first one. It says two older brother, but two must be brothers. And the next one, these, must be businessmen, not businessman. And the next one, a, does not match with customers. It could be a customer or customers. And the next one too, one cannot be ours. So we need to always check if we are writing about one or more things. The number must match with the thing we are talking about, the noun, every time. Okay, one more example. The problem is, how many friends? It must be a friend or friends, and we often say some friends. Now, if you think carefully when you are writing, you can find all of these mistakes yourself. Let's see the corrected sentences. I have two older brothers. If you can, read them aloud after me. It'll help you to remember the point in the future. Next one. These businessmen will arrive sometime. I met with a customer. I was there for 1 hour. I went to Rome with a friend. I went to Rome with some friends. That's it. And the next point is look at this. We're going to see some examples of the use of and but with big letters, capital letters. Here, we need to change this capital letter B to the correct small letter and make it into one sentence. The next example is the same. Two simple sentences are joined by but. And it's a small letter. There's no period there. Let's check and. Here we join two sentences again with a small letter and. The next is the same too. This way, all these sentences are very smooth and easy to read. These are conjunctions, and they normally should not have capital letters. Remember this rule if you want to write good reports. And but are conjunctions, and a conjunction is a joining word. It joins two short sentences to make one smooth sentence. For example, here are two very short sentences. But they would be more natural if they were connected. I like fresh air and I like nature. Here's another example. It has two contrasting sentences. And now, again, it's smooth and natural. I like fresh air, but I hate rain. But what about longer sentences? First, let's look at and. Please read the sentence. It's very long. In fact, it's too long and it has too many ideas all together. So it's very hard to read. Now look at this example. Two sentences, and it makes it much easier to understand. Of course, there are many ways to write correctly, but if you try not to write big sentences, don't write very long sentences, that would be a good start. How about but? This sentence is okay for spoken or written English. It joins two simple ideas with but. Now the next one has 4 subjects and 3 conjunctions in one sentence. Listen. I usually walk home when the weather is fine, but when it is cold, windy, or rainy, I prefer to go by taxi. It's okay, but it has too many ideas together. Better change but in this case to however. Now I'll read it again. I usually walk home when the weather is fine. However, when it's cold, windy, or rainy, I prefer to go by taxi. This is important, especially in report writing. Notice that however, which is usually at the beginning of a sentence, has a capital letter. It cuts one long sentence into 2 sentences that are easy to read. Here's another word you can use. Although. Although is also used in formal writing. It has the same meaning as but and however, and it usually comes at the start of the sentence too. This sentence is also okay, but again, it's a little long. If you use however to break the sentence into 2, it will be smoother. And now, when we talk, real sentences are not always so important. The grammar doesn't have to be perfect. If we use but and many times, there's usually no problem in understanding. However, in writing, especially in reports, we need to be sure that our readers can easily understand. So, read everything you write looking for these points. Make sure the quantifier, like all, matches with the noun, members. And stop using and but with capital letters. Get in the habit of checking for these. Your writing will get better. And finally, it's time for practice. Read and analyze this. Find examples of the two types of mistakes that we just studied. You'll need to pause the video until you are ready to check your answers. Okay, watch the arrow for hints about where the mistakes are. Did you find them all okay? Let's check. This is the correct version. Let's check the corrected points. I'm going to read everything through one time. John is wearing a coat and is carrying an umbrella. He has nice socks, but he's not wearing them today. He's wearing sandals. Every day he goes to a convenience store and he buys some peanuts for his snack. He likes peanuts, but he hates raisins. Here's one small extra point. Look here. In a simple sentence with one subject, we don't really need to repeat the subject after and so this sentence is okay without repeating he. Oh yes, a coat and an umbrella with sandals? That's a bit strange. Thanks for studying with me. Move on to part 3 when you're ready. It's actually a review video, and review is very important to help you to learn the language and keep it for when you need it. Don't forget to like if you like the lesson, and please subscribe. Good luck with your English learning.